Joining me now is the analyst behind that call, Mohit Bansal. He's senior equity analyst at Wells Fargo. Mohit, it's good to see you, and why now?
Great, thanks for having me, and good afternoon. So why now? Because like you pointed out, the stock has come down a lot from its highs. At the same time, there were certain negative headlines which already played out in the stock. And where we stand now, we think from now till year end, there is only one big catalyst that is remaining. That is Alzheimer's drug lecanemab, for which the phase 3 readout will happen in the fall of 2022. And when we look at that particular event and risk reward into that event, it looks too compelling. So just to run you some numbers here, if that Alzheimer's trial does not work, the stock could be only down 7 to 15% because a lot of negative news is already in the stock.
Sure.
However, if it does work, the stock could be moving to $350 per share, which is 60% upside from the current levels. And that's why we are saying it is too good to ignore.
What does the drug you mentioned that they're working on, what does that drug try to do?
So this is a drug for Alzheimer's called lecanemab. It is an anti-amyloid drug, which basically Alzheimer's patients have plaque buildup in their brains. And what this drug tries to do, it reduces the plaque and eventually helps slow the decline of function and cognition in Alzheimer's patients.
So this has still been a big area of emphasis for them, trying to do something on the Alzheimer's front. The fact that, the biggest payer, the government, basically said, we don't feel comfortable enough to pay for this treatment, except in trials, is not great news for them, even if they find some success with the next drug, isn't it?
That is correct. But at the same time, when CMS released those guidelines, the center released the guidelines, they left the room open for drugs which are successful in phase 3 trial. So to put things in the context, when CMS rejected the first drug, aducanumab, the reason was because the approval from the FDA was controversial because of mixed data set. If a drug comes out with a successful phase 3 trial with good data, we do not think the CMS or government is going to stop the payment given the unmet need that is out there.
Sure.
In our
But I think what's frustrating for biotech investors is your argument in some ways is not dissimilar from why people might want exposure to the asset class broadly, but not specifically. I mean, unless they know something about the likelihood of success here, you're basically just hoping and praying that it works out. The same as for any other biotech company with a potentially promising drug pipeline. So, maybe it's just, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't they need to offer people something a little bit more compelling in order to become a significant investment here?
That is right. And look, this is a risky trial because CNS, neurological disorders, are very difficult to tap into. And that's why we think there is a 50-50 shot there. It's hard to take a call on Alzheimer's, but we think there is a 50% probability based on previous data, based on the competing drugs in the same class. That's why even if you want to own something in the class or own the group as a broad for Alzheimer's drugs, I think Biogen provides the best risk reward at this point. And that's why we are making a case for Biogen versus any other company out there.
Sure. And final question for investors who are interested in the biotech space more broadly, what are the other names, or are there other names that very much excite you right now?
So right now we are pitching the likes of AbbVie and Vertex. AbbVie is a name where the company is facing a patent cliff next year, but after that, it could look one of the best stories in biopharma. And Vertex, because their innovation engine is strong, they have a long tail with the base business, and they are working on certain transformative therapies out there. So we like these two stocks in addition to Biogen.
Yeah, a lot of enthusiasm for Vertex. Once again, those shares are up almost 30% this year. Mohit, thanks for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
Mohit Bansal with Wells Fargo.